No.
All right, Team 7, whenever you're ready.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about soft skills as well. So, what is a soft skill? It is basically the little things about your personality and how you interact with other people that really define how you are in the workplace. Like we have this picture here, soft skills sometimes tend to be a lot more important than your actual skill set. You can find a lot of people with the same hard skill set that can all do the same thing, but if no one in your group likes you, sometimes it's a little harder to interact and get work done. And so that's the big difference. It's important for your career because that's what a lot of companies look at now. There's a lot more focus on collaboration and stuff like that than there ever has been before, especially with new technology and 24/7 collaborating real time on the same document and everything. That's why it's important for your career, because knowing where to draw that line with soft skills and being able to interact with others is more important than ever. So the ones we're going to be talking about are adaptability, work ethic, teamwork, and positive attitude. And negative attitudes, just attitude in general. So adaptability, young people coming out of college are often viewed as too stubborn and unwilling to adapt to their work environment. So that's something that a lot of companies are on the lookout for when they're interviewing you, asking you questions about different things. If you're just a block and you're saying, no, I can't do that, I can only do this, they're immediately aware that you're not able to adapt to their environment and adapt to whatever changes they might throw at you in the real world. So even if you don't know what you're doing, you have to make it very clear that you're willing to learn and adapt to these new situations that you're going to encounter, not just from day one, but in the future working at that same job, you're going to encounter changes. So these are things that companies want to know you're able to do. And organizations are always interested in people that are willing to change and adapt because they're constantly changing and adapting. New technology is always coming out. Business needs change. Projects change. They want someone who's willing to change with them. So now I'm going to talk about a story where I actually got hired as a dial-up technician. This was not that long ago. It was only like 5-6 years ago. And I was working at a company as a dial-up technician. That was what I was hired at. They brought me in for training. 3 days into training, they say, okay, you're no longer dial-up technicians. You're all DSL technicians now. And it's a class of 30 people. The next day, there were only 20 of us because 10 people were just like, nope, that's not what I signed up for. I signed up for this other job. I'm out. So then, 4 months in to that job, they said, okay, we're moving all of our DSL to this other call center. You guys are now fiber support. You're working on fiber internet, which was something no one had done in this call center. So we have to change again. And a lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people left once again because they just weren't able to adapt to what we had. And so then at 6 months, I was able to get top performance, and I was actually promoted to a team lead at 6 months, surpassing people that had been there for a year, 2 years, because they just opened the call center about 2 years before that. And so I was able to jump over people just by my willingness to adapt and learn new things in the job. I didn't have any greater skill set than all of them. We all learned the same things at the same time. It was just my soft skills and my adaptability that put me ahead of them in the race for that new job. So now, this is where Eric would be doing his presentation, but he had his wisdom teeth removed today. So he'll be with us on the day of the actual presentation, but he's not in today. And so now we head over to Corey to talk about teamwork.
All right, so teamwork is very important. Companies are more focused on collaboration more than ever now. So anyone in this room is either currently has a job where you're expected to work in teams, or you very likely in the future will have a job where you'll be expected to work in the teams. So there are qualities of a good teammate that you should have if you expect to have a successful career. The most important one is probably just being reliable and available. You don't want to be the individual that's always late or always sick on Monday and Friday, because you're just going to get the reputation of always being a flake and not being reliable. And then it's also important of not just showing up, but when you do show up, the quality of work you do. You're not just doing the bare minimum. You're willing to go the extra mile and help your teammates out, and just do whatever it takes to get the job done, even if it means doing a little bit more of what you thought was expected of you. And then another very important aspect of teamwork is also communication, because if you can't effectively communicate with your teammates about what needs to be done, what has been done, things like that, you're gonna really fall back to hide in the crowd and kind of get that reputation of the guy that just doesn't know what's going on, or the guy or gal that doesn't know what's going on. very important to have good communication as well. So ultimately, it's important to have these qualities for the team to get the job done, but just for your own career as well. You know, you want to be you want to have that reputation of always being reliable, being the person that, you know, if something needs to get done, they can come to you and get that job done, because that's going to help you when it comes time for, if you're trying to get promotions or, you know, your year interview, you're trying to get a raise. They're going to, you know what kind of reputation you have around your office or your work environment based on what, you know, your colleagues say about you. So it's very important to not only do those things for the, you know, to get the job done, but just to benefit your own career. And now Michael is going to talk a little more about having a positive attitude.
All right. Positive attitude actually is one of the most important things for any employee in any workplace. So be nice to other people. It sounds like very simple and easy task to do, but if you be nice and respect everybody around you, that's going to take you far in any organization. Fill your mind with positive input. Always be positive about everything you're doing. Never give up and move forward. Control your language. Don't say something not proper in your workplace. Respect everybody as well, and surround yourself with positive people. Like we always say, like if you surround yourself with smart people, you will get smarter. If you surround yourself with stupid people, you get more stupid and all that. So always be surround yourself with smart people that will teach you something new and take you to the next level. And from my experience, I am manager for 15 employees, and I always prefer to take a positive employee that has a positive attitude rather than the skills. And Maxime will talk more about the other side of the positive attitude. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about how to lose negative attitude. So I have 5 aspects. So the first one is you may not like something at your workplace, like a process or something, and I'm sorry, and you're sure that you know there's something better, you know there is something to improve, but it may be just different. So the second aspect is to only give constructive criticism. Same as the feedback you are going to give us, it has to be constructive and not to bring down people. For the third one, it's avoid negative thoughts. So to avoid negative thoughts, don't expect everything to be perfect at your work. And to be able to erase your negative thoughts, you should understand them first. And next is don't try to fix what is broken, what is not broken. It means to focus on the thing that has to be done. And for the last one, failure is great. Failure is the first step to success, and don't let your failure change your attitude. And you have to fail to grow.
And here we would actually have a skit for our regular presentation. Maxime and Michael are going to do the skit on the 2 different sides of attitude, but we're going to hold that off until the full skit. And then, so in conclusion, we talked about 4 different soft skills. Well, 3 today, but there will be 4. Adaptability, being able to change and grow and learn in the workplace. Work ethic, I'll let him talk about that whenever he's here. Teamwork, just being able to be that person that everyone relies on in your team. Overachieving and helping everyone in the team grow, helping the team succeed, as opposed to just thinking about yourself all the time. And then positive and negative attitudes. Maintaining that positive attitude, that's what everyone wants to be seen as in the workplace. It's what managers and supervisors and everyone wants to see in the workplace is a positive attitude. So the more you can maintain that, the better your career will go. So does anyone have any questions for us? Oh, perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
You had a question? One second. Sorry. What was it?
Can you expound a little bit more on work ethic?
Work ethic is actually Eric's topic, and he's
Okay.
out. But
Oh, okay.
so he's going to go into